Kendrick ha renovado hasta 2027. ¿Por qué el quedarte aquí en Málaga con nosotros?
Well, I think on the court, I believe in what we've built here over the last couple of years. Between Juan, Iban, the rest of the staff, and the group that we have, I believe that we still have a lot to accomplish, even though we've accomplished a lot already. And off the court, Malaga has treated me, not just me, but my wife and I so well throughout our years here that I figured it was only right, that I decided to extend with them. My thing is, they keep doing right by me, so I'm going to try to do my best to keep doing right by them.
Va a ir a la Copa del Rey. ¿Qué cree que va a pasar? ¿Cómo lo veis?
Well, in terms of the Copa del Rey, obviously we understand that we can compete with anybody, right? But we understand at the same time that it's not going to be given to us. I think we put ourselves on the map our first year together by winning the Copa del Rey, and in terms of what we had to go through to get there. So now everybody knows what we're capable of. So it'll definitely be a little different this time around, but our biggest thing has always been to focus on what we can control. That's how we work. That's how we approach every single game. We just take it one game at a time. First up is Barcelona, and we can't look too far ahead. We got to make sure we're focused on them, and then whatever the results is, we'll figure it out after that. But for us, we just got to keep our feet on the ground and try to approach this thing one game at a time, with focusing on what we need to do.
Kendrick, tío, somos muy seguidores de Unicaja. Este año te vemos bastante más maduros. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Puede ser? ¿Te sientes así?
Well, experience is the best teacher, right? Since my time, since my first year here in Malaga, I like to think that I've grown a lot as a basketball player, and you go through certain things, and that helps you grow. Obviously, when you look back on it, you think of that shot in the BCL Final Four against Bonn, but there have been so many moments throughout my career who have helped define who I am, as a person, as a player, good and bad, So I guess, I can contribute my success individually this year to just taking on more of a leadership role. The thing about having a group that's been together for so long is that, the fear of getting complacent and getting stagnant, because everybody knows everybody. Everybody's comfortable with everybody, but my job as a leader is to try to make sure we stay hungry day in and day out, whether we're playing against Barca, Madrid, or whether we're playing against, Jada or Coruña, the newer teams in the league. My focus is to make sure that we approach every single game with the same hungry mentality that we did our first year together. So that's more or less, I think, what's kind of contributed to the success.
Y Kendrick, sobre el futuro, ¿qué? Hay muchos jugadores con contratos largos. ¿Podréis seguir esta línea?
Well, I think for the future, it's not really for me to say, honestly. I think we as a team just have to focus on the near future, which is this season that we have right now. We want to continue to reach our goals that we set as a team, one of them being reaching the Copa del Rey, getting back to the playoffs in ACB, getting back to the BCL Final Four. And then, who knows? We've built something great here, but in terms of what the future holds for so many guys, or for the guys on the team, it's not for me to say. Everybody has their individual goals that they want to reach, whether it be on the court or off the court. So my biggest thing is just try to cherish, what we built so far and what we're continuing to build in the moment, in the present right now. And then, we'll figure that out, when the time comes. But for now, I'm obviously happy to continue with Unicaja until 2027. I'm glad that my teammates who have contracts up until 2027 and further, I'm glad that they're still part of the organization. Of course, Coach Iban signing is a great bonus as well. So we'll deal with those kind of long-term future goals when we get there. But for now, we have our set list of goals this season that we want to accomplish, and we want to try to get done first.
Conocemos al Kendrick de ahora, pero ¿qué hay sobre el Kendrick de antes, tío? El Kendrick de Florida. ¿Qué te gustaba hacer? ¿Qué hacías?
More or less, it's the same. As long as I can remember, I've been always about basketball. My parents did a great job of building a foundation of good habits between my brother and I. But the one thing I just always loved was the hoop, whether it was before school, after school, in high school, college. I've just always been about basketball. Of course, I like to hang out and be social and hang out with my friends and everything, but I mean, my true love from a very early age was basketball. So I think now in my later years and professional years, I've come to discover more things about myself that I like my content creation, my podcast. But when I was younger, man, I was just a kid that loved to be outside, whether it was playing basketball, football, American football, European football, soccer, whatever the case may be. I just remember always being outside and just, being a kid and just being able to have fun, but always maintaining a good core foundation that my parents set for me.